Let me ask you a question throughout, as every audio listener is probably checking their volume and wondering why we're not talking.
Yeah.
You're a Logitech. You're
Yeah.
you're building a
Okay.
handheld device called the G Cloud. It can
Yep.
stream games from the cloud or wherever.
Right.
You go to Microsoft, you're like, yeah, we'll do that. You go to Nvidia, you're like, yeah, we'll do that. You go to where's Stadia on this thing?
With that name too. You know what the other logical question here is? Why didn't Microsoft just go back to them and say, here's an idea. You just do us. And we'll call it, I don't know, X Gaming handheld or whatever the name is. And put a little Xbox logo on there. What do you think? Was it three? Is it $3.99? Is
No,
that the right price?
it's $2.99 if you want to be an early adopter. It's
Yeah, so
$3.49.
That's a great price.
No, I think it's a terrible price.
Oh, you do? I think
Oh, I
really?
think it's the worst price ever.
Oh, wow. Why?
First off, how much is a Switch?
Okay.
Well, a Switch is
Well,
two
yeah.
ninety nine. A Switch Lite is $199. Here, there's
See,
no,
I look at this thing as an Android phone with a clipped-on controller,
but it's
right?
not. Here's the thing: it's not a phone. It doesn't have 5G. It doesn't have LTE. It doesn't have.
No, no, I understand. But the big cost of an Android device is the screen first, and then probably the processor. I don't know what this thing's running, but it doesn't have a lot of local stuff going on, probably because it's going to stream stuff from the cloud. I don't know. I just listen. Everyone who's an Xbox fan has at one point or another said, "Why don't we have a handheld
Sure.
something?" And we still don't. Well, no, we do. We're about to get one, I guess. This is as close as we're going to get. It's not going to, it's not going to. This is the real reason, Brad, that Microsoft is making an Xbox with an external drive, so you can play those games on this device.
Mm,
I'm kidding.
that would be.
That'd be amazing. But yeah, obviously no.
So, here's my other problems. First of all, I think the price is terrible because a Steam Deck, which is vastly superior in every single way, is $3.99. So you're $50 more at MSRP. If it's Wi-Fi only, it's not if it's Wi-Fi only. It is Wi-Fi only, which means you are gonna be in your house no matter what. Buy a Series
All right,
S.
okay? Listen, sometimes you travel,
But
Wi-Fi
no,
on a plane.
okay, you're on a plane, it won't work.
You're in a hotel.
Oh yes, hotels known for their
look,
robust Wi-Fi.
I don't know the business model here, but let's think about it a little bit. No, but your Steam Deck, right? So,
Yeah.
for example, Steam Deck, like you said, isn't that much more expensive. It's kind of like an on-prem style device, if you will. They're making a little kickback on game sales and something like that, right? So what could be the business model here? It's like one of two things, right? So up sale, you make money on the device, right? That's one. But the other one is there some deal with Microsoft and Nvidia where they get a little couple of cents every time someone streams a something through this? I don't know how this works. I don't know.
Maybe when they sign up, like that's the only way I can think of it.
Yeah, something like that. So, margins on hardware are tough. I guess what I'm trying to say is the Steam Deck could be sold at a loss.
Right.
It almost certainly is, especially right now at the beginning. Whereas this one might be more of a straight hardware play, and we're seeing a more realistic peak at the price of such a thing. Something like that is my guess. I saw the price and I was like, okay, cool. We'll find out. We'll see.
But
We'll
this
see if there's
thing,
more.
this thing is $99.
Yeah, but how big is the screen on your phone?
However big you buy your phone.
Yeah. Well, the biggest phones are probably 6.7 inches.
It will have a
this is
smaller
like
screen.
7.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it
That
will
doesn't
also
matter.
work out. I mean, assuming the cloud gaming works over 5G, it works over 5G. It has a better display.
I think $349 is a good price, and you're.
And this is one of those rare times where Paul's usually the pessimist on something, and I'm usually the optimist. But Paul's like, Uno reverse card.
I think the reason is I've long wondered, like many Xbox people, why there isn't something like this. I think this should be a Microsoft product. We have a Surface team, a hardware team, or whatever that makes stuff like this. I don't understand why we don't have, look at something like how much does a Surface Go cost, like the base price? It's probably not too far north of here. I guess you could make the argument if you want to, but they don't have one that has the controller stuff built in, right? Like, I you could take the guts of a Surface Go type of tablet, much bigger display, and make a nice case for something like that, so to speak. I mean like make an argument for something like that, right? I'm just surprised Microsoft has never done this.
Why would they?
Seems most of the time, but well, because they want to promote this, because they make their money on this game streaming service, right? So hardware's low margin. It's like, well, we're going to lose a little bit of money in that, but we're getting, customer. When someone buys something like that, they're going to want to use it for the intended purpose. I don't. Maybe they already know. Maybe they know there's not much of a market. I don't know. It's. But is it? Am I really going to argue that the marketing guys at Microsoft are genius and they have avoided a bullet here somehow? Like they make stupid stuff all the time. It's weird they haven't even tried this.
Well, they are going to try something on October 12th. That's when the next Surface event is going to happen.
Yes, I love that every single person on Earth is referring it to a Surface event, even though Microsoft never says that.
Yeah,
but it is very clearly a Surface event. Yeah.
Yeah. So Pro 9, Studio 3, some other stuff coming.
Finally, years late, right? Surface laptop.
Dude, if this stuff launches with 11th gen chipsets in there, there's going to be some audible screaming from my household.
Yeah.
And it. It's like...
No, they have a history of being a step behind. There's no doubt about it. Look, okay, thank you for throwing that wrench into my brain. I was going to say, other than the obvious stuff, which we know, Surface Pro, Surface Laptop, Surface Studio, the thing I'm curious about here are whether there'll be any surprises, I don't think we're going to see anything along the lines of a Duo, anything, but it wouldn't be horrible. They've had terrible success doing this in the past, but it wouldn't be a terrible idea if Microsoft's serious about these smaller form factors to consider at least talking about folding displays or this gaming idea that I just, invented out of whole cloth or whatever. But I'd like to be surprised in some way. I don't think we're going to see like a, Surface Neo or something silly like that. But I'm curious if there's something we don't know about. That we could be, they could be headphones, webcams, new peripheral hardware like keyboards and mice, et cetera, et cetera. So I wonder if there's anything else.
It could be a Photos app that they're going to show off because it's already coming to the dev channel. Which
we'll keep redesigning it until we get it right, baby.
I was going to say, they've rebuilt the Photos app a number of times. This one doesn't feel terrible. I've been playing with it for a bit, but I mean, it's a Photos app at the end of the day, but...
Well, the problem for the Photos app is they built this really hard to find video editor into it, and then
I forgot about that.
There's an actual video editor link in the Windows 10 Start menu that goes to the Photos experience for video editing, which was okay, kind of lackluster. But they of course have bought Clipchamp now, so Clipchamp in the existing Photos app will now push you to Clipchamp, and this app discovered, doesn't have the photo editor. So, the video editor. That's pretty much it.
Yep.
It's redesigned. I mean, it has what I would call a more traditional layout for apps with a nav bar on the left with, collapsible in the option instead of being on the top like it is now. But I don't know. This is the type of thing that used to be super important on PCs. I think that the most important thing for most people on PCs is like just viewing photos. And that most of us do our photo stuff like on a device.
Yep. I did learn that I have about 70,000 photos in OneDrive. So that's
and I bet most of them were uploaded from your phone to the cloud and never saw your PC.
Majority of them.
Yeah. So you gotta have it. I guess it's one of those things. It's there. It's expected. Some people will rely on it. Most people will probably ignore it.
It's there. It's better. Whatever.
You can play with it in October, people, if you're not in the Insider program.
Or you could play with it today if you're on the Call of Duty Insider. It's not really Insider program, but whatever. Call of Duty beta is today, unlike that fake announcement I was talking about yesterday. You could download it
Preloaded.
yesterday. You can now play starting, I think, at 1 o'clock today. So Eastern time.
Can't wait.
Yeah. There's some big changes too, apparently. So I'll be curious to see how it is. So.
This is a tough one for me.
Well, they got rid of red dots on the mini map. That's a big controversial point.
Red dots on the mini map. What does that mean?
Well, did you typically play hardcore?
Yeah.
So then it doesn't impact you.
Yeah. So red dots are the locations of other players, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a mini map. If you have an unsilenced weapon and you fired a shot, you would do a ping, like a red dot.
Yep.
That they're getting rid of that for the peasants. So.
I play hardcore, Brad. So I that's cute. I'm glad that kids need things like that. I use.
Not going to offend any Call of Duty players. The best demographic.